Alright guys, back with another video, and today we're going over the top 10 hardest hitting Dokkan Fest units in the game. So basically the Dokkan Fest units especially the new ones that had just dropped. So let's take a look at number 1, and number 1 is SSJ3 Bardock in the 10th place. Let's take a look at him. So his leader skill is category key plus 3, Super Saiyan 3 category force. HP attack and defense went up by 130%. He is a 170% lead. Causes intense damage to enemy and medium chance to seal super attack. I did not see that. Oh my god. I want him even more now. Oh my goodness. Alright, so just found out, guys. Newsflash, just found out he does seal. So yeah. Attack and defense up by 100% when performing a super attack. When HP is 70% or below, super type allies get 40% attack. So overall, he's buffing up 140% attack buffs. Oh god, I have nothing to say else about this man. He's just completely good. Now that I see, this is my second time recording it. I missed this. Wow. I didn't like read his super attack stuff, but of course it's intense damage. I already see that, but him sealing, that's awesome. So alright, so let's take a look. So basically, that's all I have to say really, guys. He gives that a 100% attack buff, 140% attack buff, and a 100% attack buff. I'm defense buff. So ooh, okay. When this card comes back out, I really want to go for him. I'm gonna try to farm with the story mode and get the rest of my pearl stones. I should have like 500 after I'm done. 500 or more. All right, so let's take a look at number 9, which is SSJ3 Broly. Okay, there we go. SSJ3 Broly. Let's take a look at this card. All right, so SSJ3 Broly, he is a extreme tech category type. He does boost up through key to extreme tech and HP attack and defense up by 120%. So he does cause intense damage to enemy and greatly lowers defense. So lowers defense, that's kind of good. But let's talk about this passive, y'all. If I had one thing to do, I'm just say this after I read this. So attack plus 100%, not bad at all. Attack plus 12% and defense minus 10% when keys are obtained. That's complete trash. You're getting attack buff once you get all these key spheres, but you're lowering your defense by 10%. Come on now, Come on now, Bandai, Akatsuki. What are y'all doing? Why would you put the? See, if I had one thing to fix in Dokkan, and I know y'all might be adding me for this, I would so fix Broly's SH3 Broly's passive skill, because Broly is one of my favorite characters. I will say that. I would so fix his passive. The passive. Minus 10%. I know that's not a big thing, but come on, man. I would kind of fix that though. If I was being honest, the link skills are kind of okay. He's on the Super Saiyan 3 category team, so that's pretty good too. So let's take a look at number 8, and that is the LRS straight to Goku and Vegeta. I highlighted this for a reason, guys, and I'm going to read this before I get into the card. So, Mobile Man told us, due to the current lack of difficulty for optimal teams, LR Super Vegeta is assumed not to transform. This is because almost no fights will survive 6 turns against the Bator team, and even if they did, Dokkan Fest bosses don't have enough offense to bring you down 50% HP unless you sabotage yourself. So basically what it's saying is you have to bring, alright, so basically to sabotage yourself, you might have to bring an SR, an Awaken SR, maybe like Supreme Kai, the intelligence one. Let him get supered, and it will bring you down, and you get Vegito. That's your best bet. Your best bet is to sabotage yourself if you want the Vegito, guys. That's basically what Mobile Man is telling us right here. So let's go ahead and take a look at him. So this is Super Saiyan Goku and Super Saiyan Vegeta slash Vegeta. He is the Patora category lead. HP attack and defense up by 70%, 170%. Defense up by 130%. So he for his 17 key super causes colossal damage to enemy, and for his 18 key is raises attack for one turn and causes mega colossal damage to enemy. So mega colossal damage is actually pretty good. Passive skill. Ooh, I love his passive. I love him. His passive. Oh my gosh. So attack and defense up by 120%. Okay, at the start of the turn. At the start of the turn, guys. Key +2 whenever key is raised with rainbow key spears. So if you are familiar with LR Gohan or you have LR Gohan, maybe you're a global player and you don't even know this card exists yet. It does. He's on JP. Join JP. Gohan raises his key when he gets rainbow key spears by 1. So it's basically another 2 additional 2 intelligence key spears. Basically, what it's saying is every rainbow key spear thing is +2 for Gohan. For these two, it's +2. Wait, Gohan's +2. So I mean, you get so you get one rainbow key spear. It's I mean you raise two guys. It's just like that. And when the conditions are met due to Patora fusion, blah blah blah, you already know all that. I just read that. I just read about that. Link skills are okay. Once he does go into Vegito, it does change. So okay, so let's take a look at number 7, which is SSJ2, Vegeta and Bulma. So let's take a look at that. I think it's this one. Yeah, it should. Yeah, it's this one. Okay, so this is loading. Okay, so this is the Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta and Bulma card. He is a super type lead. Key +3 and HP attack and defense up by 40%, so that's not bad. He greatly raises attack for one turn and causes supreme damage to enemy, also not bad. So I love his passive, and I wish this card would come to JP, but as we know right now, he's global exclusive. Attack and defense up by 100%. Counters with tremendous. Let me just do this. Counters with tremendous power upon receiving normal attacks. So basically, what it's telling you is when you get supered, you don't counter. Okay, so when you get like punched, you counter. You get kicked, you counter. You get key blast, you counter. But when you get supered, you don't get countered. So rage is when so he goes rage mode when he goes under 30% only once. So that's if I okay. I would actually really fix this only once thing. I think that's pretty stupid. If he does go under 30% health more than one time, I would prefer him to go to rage mode more than once. So I mean overall he's still a good card. I mean he does boost up like 100% damage, and he does so I mean he does boost up 100% damage. He counters with tremendous power. This card is great, guys. I really just hope he does come to JP as an exclusive banner for JP and global. That'd be awesome, guys. I mean, why not? Why not? JP's way better. Let's take a look at number 6 here, guys, and it is SSJ4 Gogeta. So, SSJ4 Gogeta. Fusion category key +3 and HP attack and defense up by 150%, and he does boost up tech type by 150%. He greatly raises attack and defense for one turn and causes intense damage to enemy. Attack plus 120%, so he's a 120% lead. Extreme enemies get minus, like I said, so they lose 20% of their attack and defense. High chance to evading enemies, so that means dodging enemies' super attacks with counters. So all he does is so if he dodges a super, then he comes out with a counter attack, and that's tremendous. It does tremendous power. So I love this card because this is the one thing I do love about him is he does lower attack and defense by 20%. 20%, guys. That's like a big number. 20 right here, yeah, 20%. And he does evade enemies super attack with counters, and he Yeah, he evades and he dodges and he counters. So that's awesome, guys. Uh, let's see this. All right. So let's take a look at number 5 on this list, and it is SSJ3 Go Tanks, the physical version. All right, so take a look at this card. All right, he is a Fizz leader, super Fizz leader, key +3, HP attack and defense up by 120%. So basically, it's the same as Gogeta's. Well, no, not Gogeta's. I mean, oh gosh, I'm getting off track here. Basically, he's like Broly. Let's just say that. He does have 3 super attacks, 10 key, 11 key, and 18 key. They all so his 10 key does cause intense damage to enemy and greatly lowers defense. Massively raises attack for 1 turn and causes intense damage to enemy. Okay, so that's it for his 11 key. Sorry, 12 key he causes intense damage to enemy and raises attack for 1 turn. So attack plus 120% plus an additional one attack plus 60%. Sorry, guys. And defense minus 60% for 7 turns from the start of the turn. So he does boost up 120% and an additional 60%. So basically, he's boosting up your attack stats by 180%. Yeah, 180%. And he does lower his own defense by 30%, which is not a big deal for 7 turns. So basically, after 7 turns, you go back down to 120%, I believe. Link skill is pretty good. Anything else about him? No, not really. All right, so Super Saiyan Gogeta is number 4. So he's same lead as Gotenks basically, but he does intelligence type. So causes intense damage to enemy and lowers attack and defense. So that's also one good. That's one good super attack there, guys. Lowers defense and attack. Oh crap! Sorry, guys. And this is what I really love. I love it. I love Gogeta's passive. All the Gogeta cards are awesome. Nice. The strength one is still good, and that was like one of the first. It came out on the first anniversary. He's still good. Attack plus 120%. Attacks effective to all enemies. So any type he's effective to, which is awesome. That's why I love Gogeta, and that's why there's not much words to talk about him about because he's a really good card because he does. I mean, like I said, attack all enemies, and he's effective. So it's good too. So number 3, I know that took pretty long and was short, but all right. So before we go into this, let's take a look at this. Okay, due to the current lack of difficulty for optimal teams, LR Super Gogeta is assumed to not transform. This is because most of the fights will not survive turns with the fusion team, and even if they did, Dokkan Fest bosses to have enough deep offense to bring you down 50% unless you sabotage yourself. So basically, it's easy to sabotage yourself um on a fusion team because let me just tell you this because you have Chow Man. If you don't know what Chow Man, it is the little Chaozu looking card, but he's greenish. It's a Salmon Man and Chaozu fused. I think it is an extreme card. I'm not sure, but he does every time he supers, he lowers his HP. So if you bring him, you're sabotaging yourself to also get off that thing to bring out LR Gogeta. So let's take a look at LR Gogeta himself. Well, LR Goku, Vegeta Angel, but he is a fusion category, of course. Basically the same thing as LR Vegeta. He has 2 super attacks, 12 key and 18 key. For his 12 key, causes colossal damage to enemy. 18 key raises attack for 1 turn, causes mega colossal damage to enemies. The same thing as Vegeta's. This is also the same thing for it's also the same as Vegeta's. His attack and defense goes up by 120% at the start of the turn. 2 key plus 2 key whenever key is raised with rainbow key spheres, of course. When the conditions are met, you do a fusion dance. So yeah, that's one of the good things. He's just the same as Vegito. So but this card is my favorite card in Dokkan Battle right now. The art's awesome. I love his art. That's my favorite art in the game right now. I have both of them. I have both LR Gogeta and LR Vegito. So I just got extremely lucky when I re-rolled. Because I had to re-roll because my account got hacked. I'm not gonna get into that. So yeah, Link skills pretty. I mean, his Link skills are decent. He does experience fighters. I think like all the Gogetas in the game have this. But overall, he's a behemoth. Both him, LR Gogeta, and Vegeta are behemoths. Behemoths. Yeah, that's even a word. So let's take a look at number 2. And it is Super Vegito, the Fizz one. Alright, so let's take a look at this. So, through this, alright, so I compare the results of that complex equation to his attack with his build-up amount of plus 0% attack. And the difference between the two figures was a 50% multiplier. So for the sake of oh crap, I cannot speak, talk. I think I'm losing my voice. And his own since he's okay, so okay, so we didn't need to read this because usually when Mobile Man puts this like these big paragraphs like this.